Welcome. This is Captain Shan. Stand in, Captain. No, we're still Lieutenant Commander, and we are on the story arc of the Romulan missions. So today's mission is, let's go in and find out, is Taris. So we'll just hail the mission giver here.
The cause of the supernova that destroyed Romulus remains a mystery. Our allies in the Romulan Republic have a theory on the matter, however. They believe that Taris, the former praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, is responsible. Republic forces attempted to apprehend her, but she escaped through an Iconian gateway. Recently, the Republic has discovered new information that could help us track down Taris. We want you to rendezvous with the RRW Lisette and provide any assistance you can. I have new missions for you.
Always has. So we need to go to Hobus. So obviously we're going to need to beam up if your tune is down here. Otherwise you may actually be in space. So let's go up. So we are parked outside of Earth Stardock because that's where we were doing a bit of tidying up in the last video. So we'll just go into our mission journal, and we can actually go straight there if you have this ability. Otherwise, you'll need to use the icon to depart this system to get into sector space, and then find Taris on your map and set your course that way.
On a forgotten world, a shadow of great evil lurks, waiting for the chance to strike. The truth behind the destruction of the Romulus system may be the harbinger of the greatest threat the Federation has ever faced.
So just check to make sure our ship has the best weapons and consoles available. I think we actually did that at the end of the last mission when we got some pickups. If not, get your rewards and reshuffle your deck if you like. What I've done is I've swapped out some weapons because I found the 90-degree firing arc was getting us in all sorts of trouble. We were not hitting the enemy hard enough or often enough. So I've actually swapped those weapons out now for 250-degree firing arc weapons. So that will allow us to hit them more often. Although the DPI is smaller, it'll actually turn out per mission to be higher because we're going to hit them more often. Okay, Taris. And I'm just noticing Borg Resurgence begins, so it looks like there's a new set of missions coming for the higher level players. We don't need to worry about that at this level. We do need to rendezvous with the Klingon vessel here.
It is a pleasure to be working with you. I heard about how you got your first command. Well done. Not every officer could have stood up to the Borg like you did.
Actually, I said Klingon, and I meant Romulans, obviously. So I'll pull that out there and say it before somebody comments in the comments section. We all make mistakes, guys.
Agents working for the Romulan Republic have recovered definite proof that Taris, or persons working for Taris, were responsible for the Hobus supernova that destroyed the homeworld. Our agent spoke to Taris. She claimed that she was deceived by Hakiv. But that does not excuse her culpability in the destruction of 2 inhabited worlds and the deaths of millions. Our agent tells us that Taris believes her Iconian masters can change the past and restore Romulus. So not only is she a killer, she's insane.
She's nutty as a fruitcake, as they say in the UK.
Taris cannot be allowed to commit even greater crimes in an attempt to fix her mistake. My intelligence officer, Lieutenant Gaius Salon, has intercepted communications that may allow us to locate Taris and finally bring her to justice. I'll let him explain in greater detail.
Greetings. I am Lieutenant Gaius Salon of the Romulan Republic. There are certain pleasantries that are customary in these circumstances. However, I'm choosing to skip those. We have much to do. Recently, the Republic intercepted a transmission from a group of Remans in the Hobus system. These Remans have remained loyal to Taris, the former praetor of the Romulan Star Empire, who was deposed by Sela. While the transmission was not unusual, its origin point was. The Hobus system is under strict quarantine. However, a previous team uncovered a mining facility at one of the planetary fragments. We believe that the Reman loyalists may have returned to this facility to continue their efforts. The Hobus system is the origin point of the supernova and subsequent subspace explosion, which destroyed Romulus and Remus. It is still, as you say, a hot zone. The Remans loyal to Taris are using the quarantine as a cover to resume their operations in the system. The transmission we intercepted was addressed to Commander Aranhu, a Reman who is the captain of Taris's personal guard. He must be the liaison to the forces in the Hobus system. The direct approach. If we confront the forces in the Hobus system, who are in violation of both Federation and Romulan Republic mandates by their very presence there, they will send a call for assistance to Commander Aranhu. Once he arrives, we simply follow him. It is likely that he will lead us back to Taris.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've just received emergency orders from Republic Command and must respond. Gaius can transport to your ship and help you complete the mission. We'll return as soon as we can.
I am detecting some very rare minerals in the system, as well as the presence of protomatter. It is possible that Taris used the materials here to construct her weapon.
Alright, so we're about to get attacked. I noticed that on the right hand side before it came up in our mission thing here, defeat Bremen Patrol. So fairly on the ball here. Let's see if we can get a couple of shots in first. They're the other side of this asteroid here, possibly. Yes, they are. So we need to sneak around the other side. There they are.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have
See
failed.
these plasma torpedoes coming in. Let's try and get that. No, they are very, very hard to get. It is possible, and some of the missions will tell you have to destroy a certain number of them. But get used to spending a little bit of time when the action's hot, trying to individually target incoming missiles. As long as you keep shields up and your hull strength up, most of the time you're pretty safe from them. Again, these are level 1 ships. They're not really going to be too much of a challenge for us at this stage.
Target's shields have failed.
When the shields are down, there is actually a gap in the shield. You want to get straight onto it before it starts to regenerate. Take them out. Now we have to go to the planetary fragment beta. We can see it on our map over here. And it's big enough. You can't miss it. So I just finished watching the second part of the Menagerie. Love that particular episode of the original series. If you haven't seen it, you really should. It's my favourite. I've said before. It deals with Captain Pike, who had the Enterprise before Kirk did. Now we
As
need
I
to go to the
suspected, the
next
materials are all here. Our
fragment.
agent located Taris on planetary fragment Gamma. We should continue our search there.
Look, some materials here. We are not under attack. We're in our little safe space, so we'll pick them up en route. Oh, look, there's some more up here. So we used our scanner to locate it. Slightly off course, but that's fine. It's interesting. Somebody's put a shield across part of the planet. And there's a Riemann ship decloaking there that wants to talk to us.
Your presence here is a violation of the quarantines established by at least 3 sovereign governments. Explain your purpose. I serve the Romulan Star Empire and its true leader, Taris. That is the only authorization I require.
All right, we've been told to disable it, not blow it up. Pretty much works the same way. A level 3 ship though, they're never easy at this level. So again, we need to be on our best. Here we've got rid of the front shield, so let's concentrate some firing there. He's actually turned or moved away from us a bit, so we'll come round. Oh, torpedo. And here at the back, our target shields are down. So we're going to hit her here. Make sure we don't get hit too hard on our forward shields. Alright, another couple of shots at the bum should disable it quite nicely. If we click on this icon here, it's our forward shield. We can send more power there. Keep hitting her up the back.
Target's shields have failed. Hull integrity below 75%.
Alrighty. Now we've got to be careful here. We got down to 66% hull. Don't get too carried away. Matter of can we disable her before she destroys us. Otherwise, if we're in doubt, we need to back away a little bit, get our shields back up.
The minerals in the planetary fragment will conceal the ship's energy signature. If we hide in the asteroids near it and mask our energy signature, I predict that Iran will approach to investigate further and be unable to detect us.
So going to play a little bit of hide and seek. That will enable us to find out what the Riemann are actually up to. Now they come to rescue their disabled ship.
What happened here? We were attacked by Starfleet saboteurs. They appear to have fled.
Interesting. This is exactly like scenario 2247B. I thought scenario 1849K would be a more likely option. I shall incorporate this data into my modeling projections. Nevertheless, we should now be able to follow Aranhu's trail. He should lead us right to Taris.
For high level people, as I was saying on the last loading screen, there's a TFO missions coming up, which means if we do enough of them, we will end up with a dispersing nanoprobe simulator universal console. Sounds interesting. This event kicks off a new event campaign. New content, love it. While we're in our safe space, we'll whop over here, pick up these building materials. But we need to go over to this moon here because we need to scan it. So we'll just change course a little bit here. Looks like some more building materials here en route, so that's fantastic for us. Do excuse me, my mic refused to mute itself there. So I'm sorry if you caught that full blast of that one. I imagine you've heard worse. All right, we've got our materials. We'll nip over to the moon pretty sharply and scan the crater. Oops, we're actually going the wrong way. It's the other moon. Who knew? There we go. That'll teach me to look at the map. We had to go and pick up the materials anyway, so that was fine.
Federation ship. I am Commander Shanclado of the Riemann starship Intraku. Your presence here could be considered an act of war. Leave immediately, or we will open fire.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That is unfortunate, Starfleet. Our conflict is not with you. Commander Arahu has charged me with securing this installation at all costs. Praetor Taris must be allowed to complete her work. And you have already seen too much.
Oh my. We need to go to red alert. That means, you've guessed it, we're going to need to kill somebody. Level 3 again. Keep our wits about us. Hit them hard. Use our boarding party to bring down some of their systems. These little things, these little bonuses like boarding parties and that are really, really important when you're fighting high-level ships because they can disable shields and things, and that's exactly what we need them to do. Now this side of the ship here has almost lost its shields. We want to try and stay on this side. Keep blasting away at it.
4 shields failing.
Oh, they hit us quite hard there. They're obviously not very happy that we are hitting them in a weak spot, but do it again. Now the lasers are not doing as much damage as their torpedoes, so we can keep on it just for now. If you see another torpedo coming like here, we need to try and get rid of it, or turn around so our maximum shields are facing where the torpedo can hit. And we'll hit him again. Right on the same side. She's down to 38% or 35%. Now, keep plugging away here. Watch out for the torpedoes. Here it comes. We managed to get it. Now they've turned towards us, but their front shield is failing. So if we can hit them there as well, that should almost finish them off. Look, 5%, 4%. Now we've got a little leak here. We don't like that, but we have finished them off before they finished us off, and that's okay.
I managed to download the access codes for the planetary shield. I believe we should be able to use them to lower the shield and reach the surface.
I'm just going to pick this, not yet, I want to just pick this item up here. Plasma cannon, I don't use cannons, you may do, and a console may be useful to us. Let's have a look before we beam down. So if it is useful stuff, we can equip our ship, because no doubt when we come back up, we're going to get under attack again. Make sure everything is showing. Yeah. So this console here is an Engineering Mark IV. We already have Engineering Mark IVs, and it doesn't appear to be better than anything we're using. There is a weapons battery we can load up there. So now we'll beam down. Now, doesn't our crew look better since we've tidied them up? We changed their looks. If you watch the video on Taris that I did the day before this one, I would say yesterday, but if you're watching this in a year's time, it's not really yesterday. So I think I classed it as tidying up and Taylor or something like that. That was the title. So basically I made all the characters look more individual and put them all in appropriate uniforms. Now these events here, so you can get premium tier 6 ships and things like that, you can't use at this lower level, I don't believe, from memory. So that's something, if you've already got a higher level toon, you'll be doing. If not, just dream of the future when you can do these things. If you can do them at this level, good luck with that. You probably won't be able to use the rewards, but you can stash them away.
These are the coordinates for the underground structure we detected. Reading life signs, sir. Multiple Remans and 1 Romulan. Our quarry could be just ahead.
They could be, and in fact, if we look on our map, they are. Have a little stroke of our treble. As we do, that gives us a little health bonus there. We get Bob out, which is our drone, who will help fight the enemies, and we'll dash off on his own and do stuff like that. If possible, we'll ready our weapon as well. And let's have a look.
Starfleet! How did they find us?
They must have followed me, Praetor. I will deal with them.
No, I need your help with the gateway. Send your guards.
All right, let's get in and at them, guys. Don't forget to use any appropriate equipment you have.
They
Not always time to be a hero.
have been attempting to merge Iconian and Romulan technology, perhaps in an attempt to reactivate the gateway network. We should access that console and attempt to open the door.
So we have a console here, and there it is. Looks like Bob and my team destroyed the enemy really, really quickly. We didn't get too involved there, which was quite good. That's what they're for. So we need to get shipping manifest, some personal logs, and then unlock the doors. So there are shipping logs. Again, in these walkthroughs, I'm not going to read all of these. but you should. Sometimes there are clues in here as to what to do as well. Unlock blast doors. And we need the access code. Now, had we read those other missions logs, we would have the access code. But let's just click on one and see if we get lucky. No. So we can either go through and read them, or we can just click through here. It wasn't that one. Is it this one? Yes, but now we have to get the sequence right, which again was in those logs. Hey, this is interesting, guys. Omicron. Just saying. And it happened to unlock the doors. Fate or what? How cool was that? Okay, so we can log off. We've done everything we need to do. We actually need to go through these doors here. And again, there's some friends waiting for us. So we can actually start shooting from here. We don't need to rush into the room and take them all on at one go. Use our heads here, be a little bit smart. There's another one over there. And our crew are quite happy to go in and take some of the pressure off. Now notice this guy here has a little way of avoiding us by putting hologrammatic versions of himself out. And we have to decide who the real one is. But just shoot everyone. Quite cool, later on when you level up, you can actually get some kit modules that do that for you as well.
What? No! Traitors!
How cool, an Iconian gateway. And they've disappeared through it. That is very interesting. Now we need Taris, and we need to capture her, which basically means shooting at her and beating her up a bit, right up until the point she surrenders. Uh-oh. Get out of those red circles as quick as you can. And although she was a level 4, she wasn't really too much trouble for us.
Enough. You have won. And in winning, you have doomed the Romulan people. They were not my crimes. I was betrayed by Hakiv, and now those crimes will never be undone. I hope you realize that in stopping me, you have doomed billions of Romulans to remain dead. Now you shall live with that guilt, as I have.
Excuse me again.
Before we leave, may I suggest we look for evidence of the materials we discovered at Hobus? They will undoubtedly prove vital at Taris' trial. We should also overload the gateway and make certain it can never be used again.
And here we have a nice flashing console. It's not letting us interact with it. Maybe we've got to get a little bit to one side. Alrighty. We'll come back to that. Alright, maybe collecting our samples will now allow us to use this console. Yeah, it's lit up. Do we overload the gateway so that it can't be used again, at least here? I'm not really sure what it wants us to do with this interacting. Anyways, apparently nothing, so we're going to beam up.
How nice to see you again. I feel like we are becoming old friends. I will admit that your previous attempts to thwart my plans have been irritating, but your actions today have more than made up for those petty annoyances. Taris still has her loyalists among my people. An open move against her would have been a distraction from my greater plans. But you played the pawn perfectly. I could not have asked for a more obedient tool. Now, if you will transport Taris to my ship, we can avoid any unpleasantness.
Well, we can either be honest and tell her what we think about, or we could be a little bit sarcastic. Here you go.
The Lisette informed us that you might need some assistance with the prisoner transport. Good thing we brought some backup.
Well, I guess if backup has arrived, there's going to be a lot more enemy ships here than there might have been. So that means we're in for a little bit of a fight.
Taris is wanted by the Romulan Star Empire for high treason and war crimes against the Romulan people. The Empire is the legitimate government of the Romulan people, and I demand you turn this terrorist over for trial and punishment.
Now, interesting, we can choose our own path here. I don't think I'm going to turn that prisoner over, especially to Seela.
You are a disappointment. Nevertheless, you did remove Taris from the game, and for that I am grateful. Consider your decisions more carefully the next time we meet. I can be a powerful ally, or I can be your worst enemy.
So you can choose your path. Ultimately, it doesn't make any difference what you answer, so just say what you want to say. It's your game, it's your character, it's your story. So we'll just say what we want to say. Transfer Taris over to the Belfast.
Prisoner transfer successful. Taris is safely secured in the brig. We can take it from here. One more thing. We're detecting some unusual energy residue from the surface. Our databases identify it as Iconian. Do you have any idea where they went?
Yeah, not really.
Looks like we missed all the excitement, but I have been monitoring your progress. On behalf of the Romulan Republic, I would like to thank you and your crew for your assistance. I am confident that the Federation will provide more than adequate security for Taris until her trial can be arranged. You can transport Gaius back to the Lisette as soon as you are ready.
And hey, there was no battle in the end because there were a lot of Federation ships here. I noticed some building materials around, so I'm not going to leave the system right now. We're going to go and pick these up. Remember again, we're in our safe space. There's no rush. We're not likely to get attacked, or we're actually not going to get attacked because that part of the mission has ended. So we'll just pick these up. Again, at higher levels, you probably won't bother picking these things up unless you're just cruising around. Certainly not during story arcs, I wouldn't have thought. But you might. Depends how much R&D you want to do. Oh, close one. All right, now we can depart the system.
We have much to consider. If the destruction of the Romulan homeworld was a deliberate act, not only was it mass murder, but that one event has been a major cause of the destabilization of the quadrant over the past 40 years, not to mention the light that it casts on the internal struggles of the Romulan people. This one horrible act set off a chain of reactions that could change the galaxy forever. We must know who did this and why. The interrogation of Taris will no doubt lead to many truths. But I am troubled by these Remans. Why did they turn on Taris? And where did they go?
Where did they come from? Where did they go? Cotton-eyed Joe. So that was Taris. Quite an easy little mission there. Next we are going to look at, what do we have? The Vault. The Vault is a tricky little mission. First time you play it. So I think you'll have fun with it. And you'll find out why I have said to make sure your shuttlecraft has some good weapons on it. We'll talk about that when we start the Vault. But this was Taris. So thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. If you're on Twitch TV, please follow so you find out when I'm on next, which in actual fact will only be in a few minutes' time because I'm having a good time this morning and these missions are getting whipped off pretty quickly. So yeah, I'll see you shortly or not, depending. If not, you have a great day. I'll catch you real soon.